Gems, welcome back to another episode of Family Fun School. So for today, I'm going to touch base on preparations for the upcoming state tests. So as a kid, my anxiety, it skyrocketed when I knew that I had a test that I had to study for, let alone on the day of the test. As a parent, my anxiety, it's even worse because I'm anticipating the state test for my daughters. So today I'm going to discuss how my family and I prepare for the infamous state tests. Before I begin, please remember this video is for entertainment purposes only. These are my personal views and suggestions. I am not licensed to offer professional advice, and I hope this video provides you with a starting point for what will work best for you and your kids. For those of you who are new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Jennifer. I am a stay-at-home mom of twins, happily married to Dexter, and I'm also a writer. So please be sure to check out my blog, also my TikTok channel where you can actually chat live with me. Be sure to like this video. Please subscribe. It's a great way to help me out in expanding my channel. And also join me on Instagram too. All right, let's get going. So in 2020, we had been preparing for the third grade state tests. I know that you may have opposing views as to what I am going to say in the video, and I completely respect that. But we were very thankful that the state tests were not happening because of the pandemic. So it wiped away the anxiety of testing, and for us, traveling to the outskirts of downtown Jacksonville as my daughters are attending virtual homeschool. Still, we were able to narrow it down to two generalized things that help prepare for the upcoming state tests. These are to conduct dry run tests to mentally prepare for the testing days. So dry run test days and also mental preparation. Those two ideas are being used for this year's preparation for the state test. When preparing for a dry run, there are a few ways to obtain practice tests. One obvious way is to search on Google. These offer some great options if you search for your child's specific grade level. Also, be sure to research the state your student will be taking the test in. As you can see, there are state-specific tests per grade level. An ideal way of receiving state tests to practice with are to ask your students' teachers. They should have specific videos, online activities, and worksheets that will specifically highlight what may be asked on the state test, specific for your child's grade level and the test that they will, that they will test in. Most of the time, these tests are ones that have been previously used. So they probably will give a disclaimer, not probably, they will give a disclaimer just saying that these were previously used for prior years in regards to that state test. So my fourth graders are preparing for geometry, to which their poor mama, me, is a writer and not a mathematician. For me, I failed a semester in algebra, and that was over 20 years ago. So how am I supposed to help them prepare for some of these math questions, for example? It can be challenging as a parent to help guide your child through testing subjects that you may find difficult to answer for yourself. Do not feel alone in this, and do not be discouraged. Instead, reach out to the teachers and ask them for the corresponding answer sheet. Review the questions and the answers prior to running the dry run for your student. This way, if you have any questions or are unable to comprehend how the answers came about into the answer sheet, ask your students' teachers for clarification. It won't do anyone any good if you have the answers but have no idea how to get the answers. If there's no comprehension, it's just a memorization game, and from there, when your child takes the test, they're only going to know what they memorized and not actually what they comprehended, which are the skills that they need to pass, that they need to have to pass the state test and to be able to go on to that next grade. Videos are another great way in understanding how to answer the state questions. Again, ask your students' teachers for specific videos that will work best in preparing for the tests. Teachers have well-known, reliable resources that will better prepare your student. Some teachers may even make their own videos to distribute amongst their students. This provides direct access and understanding how questions are asked and what the tests are specifically asking. So for example, even this past week, the girls had done a dry run with math, and there were 4 questions, specifically 3, that were very difficult in trying to understand how they came up with the answer. So what I did was I reached out to their teacher, let them know, hey, this is the practice test that we are looking at. These are the questions that we have no idea how in the world did they even come up with this. And thankfully she responded by giving us a video tutorial that she personally did herself for us. So that was great. That was absolutely wonderful. In the past, we have had incidents where the teacher will go ahead and actually have like a little bulletin board that's online, and you can click onto that website, and then from there everything's posted for different guidelines, different websites, videos that will be able to help you as the parent and also for your students too. So another stressor that was for me was always time. So not only as a kid, but also as an adult, whenever I see that time just slipping away and I have a task to do or that I am doing, I'm just stressing out about the time. So my big thing is that I was always worried that I was never going to have enough time to finish the question, or to answer the questions, that were on the state test. So one of the things that I have seen with my daughters as well is that that is a concern of theirs too when we have done some of the dry test runs. So this prompted me to run the dry runs differently for this year. So during one of the sessions, I have my daughters in the dining room. They can see the timer on the stove, but are in a comfortable setting. So the dining room table is where they generally do all of their virtual homeschool. So they are very used to at the dining room table. That is also their homeschool during the day. That's where they do all of their school sessions and such. So another session was run also with my daughter sitting in the living room and with no timer. So dining room with the timer, comfortable setting, but they have the time. Then put them into the living room, different setting, no time. This takes away the pressure of watching the clock, but throws them off a bit by working on school in a spot that is different to what they are accustomed to. So as the dates get closer, I will be taking them out and running through a dry run, preferably with a red clock timer. And this is going to be within their line of vision, so that way they can see it, but at the same time, it's just going to kind of reassure them too that they don't need to focus in on that time. It can be a quick glance and they can move on from there. So for my daughters who attend virtual school, their state tests will be run inside of a hotel. So due to the current pandemic restrictions, I'm limited in finding a location where we can have a dry run in a similar setting. But remember, by changing locations, adding the timer, and running through dry run tests, this should help your student to mentally prepare for the exams. As you know, every child is different. My twins are 2 individual people with their own test-taking worries. So talk to your child about the upcoming test. This is best to do when you're going out for a walk, bike ride, going for a drive, dining together, or any other time that is spent together. Casually ask them what their thoughts are about the state test. Ask them if they have any questions or concerns about the upcoming state test. So while your child is talking to you, mentally take note of what they say and see if there's a way to ease their worries within the dry runs. For example, one of my daughters was worried about what the hotel is like, of where we will be taking the test at. So she wanted to see the ballroom, how far away it was from our home. So later we sat down, Googled the hotel. We were able to see the pictures, pull up the driving directions, and at the time of this video, unless you are staying at the hotel, you are not allowed to enter the hotel and just visit to take a look around because of the pandemic with everything. So as the weeks pass and it gets closer to the first day of their state tests, I will be driving them over to the hotel and checking to see if we can look inside the conference room. Remember, this is always an option, and the worst that the hotel can say is no. But at least you tried, you make the drive. That way you as a parent and your student are familiar with the drive of getting there and back, and also just kind of taking in what the hotel itself looks like. So my other daughter was worried about the time that she had taking the test, hence the reason for the importance of using a timer. When she sees the minutes counting down, she stresses out and forgets about what problem she was working on. I have been working on tips and tricks to help her stay focused and knowing that it is okay to glance at the timer, but not solely focus on the time itself. So I hope that this short video helps you and your student in becoming better prepared for the upcoming state tests. Please remember, every child is different. So what works for us and as a family, me as a parent, for Dexter, for our girls, may be different for you and your family, your students, caregivers, everyone involved in preparing for your students' upcoming state test. So if anything, I hope that this offers a great starting point in allowing your child to perform their best for the state test. So feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any questions or if these have helped you and your students along with other concerns that you may have. Please like this video, please subscribe to the channel. It is a free and simple way to help expand the channel itself. Be sure to check out my other Family Fun School videos provided in the links below. Click on the notification bell to be notified as to when new videos are posted. I can't even talk anymore. Check out my TikTok channel because that is where you can actually chat with me live. And as always, I appreciate you all so very, very much. Thank you so much for your time. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so, so much for your patience and sticking with the videos and my channel. I appreciate you all so very much, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.